1, 2, 3.
Sat Shri Akal, I'm Attar.
Hi, I'm Maneesha.
And welcome to our podcast, Two Best Friends, where we discuss everything and anything that relates to millennial generation, brown women, what else?
Migrants.
Migrants, yes.
Yeah.
Living in Australia or anywhere in the world.
And South Asians, and just, like, I think anyone who relates to us, but in our stage of life, we're trying to talk about things that, impact us, all we see.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about our pet peeves.
Yeah.
That was one of the topics that I wanted to record because I feel like I'm a problematic someone who has too many pet peeves. Manisha thinks she doesn't, but I think she does.
Well, it's
So-
putting us on the line today.
Yes, yes.
Seeing, we've what comes out.
Yes.
And it's also, I guess, I'm sure we all do, but we don't talk about it because we feel judged at being, or having those. I don't know.
I don't know. मुझे तो नहीं लगता कोई judge करेगा. I feel like everyone has those pet peeves.
Yes.
अगर कोई judge कर रहा है ना, तो that is just like glass
Yeah.
house का वो काम है.
That's
But before we get started, let's get into our silver lining.
yeah.
And I'm happy to go first this time.
Yeah, got that.
Okay, my silver lining is that this weekend I did my first run in a very long time. I did 3 kilometers straight run where I did not stop. And I was so pumped, I was so happy about it that I ended up signing for a mini marathon with Gyan. So
when you say run, you went around the block or somewhere? Or?
At the park, so around a lake. So yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
So I did 3Ks and I'm hoping to do 5Ks for Run for Kids. And today, and while we're recording today, what date is it today? 19th? 18th? 18th?
Yeah, 19th.
19th of Feb. Wednesday, I'm going to start doing the run club. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. And that was something I remember I joined a gym about I think 5-6 years ago, and they asked me, what's your ultimate goal? And I said, I want to be able to run without dreading it. That's my goal. And it's not that it's easy or hard. It's just in my head, I feel like it is one thing I can not do. I can lift weight. You tell me I can do anything at the gym, but I cannot run. So for me, that's just the hardest thing. And to be able to do it so effortlessly and wanting to do more, I was so happy and proud of myself.
And I relate to it. I think I personally feel like I don't like running. I can't run. I don't know if it's, I don't know. It's something. I feel like it started interestingly when the breast came out. I feel like I think it's the feeling of that, the uncomfortable feeling of that, and running.
Yeah.
Which really I personally think stopped me from running or attempting to run. So it's amazing that you're getting into it and experiencing that, because apparently I think running is one of those things that actually encompasses everything, the outside air, your body, like it kind of takes
Yeah. मतलब घुटनों का दर्द थोड़ा सा flare up हुआ.
I'm sure. With
But it was fine.
everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. For me, actually, I was just thinking in my head, and it's actually to do with, as you know, Atar, my kids' school is a very all-encompassing, more than a school, a community kind of space.
Yeah.
Yes. So interestingly, we do spend a lot of time together, all of us, right? More than what you would spend with, I would say, a family or, we a lot of weekends, a lot of weekdays, a lot of time. So in that context, there was a parent meeting on Monday, and we started at 6 p.m. and we were there till 12, right?
And this is your silver lining.
And-
Oh my God. No, that can never be a silver lining. And you know how I feel about it.
I know, but I want to tell you why.
Why?
So we were all talking about how it's for encompassing, it's too much, right? But then we were also talking about, and I was thinking, why are we still, because we all do hang out a lot with each other, why are we still doing this though, right? All of us, not just me. And it's because of connection. And I think as a person, we all do things with communities that we're connected with, where we go above and beyond or catch up, because it's fun to be in a connecting with different people, right? And I think that's what it is. It's that connection, even though it can be taxing at some time, it is that connection that keeps you going, because as humans, we need connections.
I 100% agree. And do you know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
So, people, the other day we went out for dinner. And for that dinner, when you have to order, it was like scan, you get the menu, and you pay for your own dinner.
Yes.
And this one complained. This one complained that, oh, I hate the system. I'm like, why? This is the best thing out of COVID. Like the lockdowns, that you do your own order, you look at the menu, you take your time, you order whenever you're ready. Nobody's over your head wanting you to order right and then. And she's like, नहीं वो human interaction नहीं है. I mean, पर देने में तुझे क्या human interaction चाहिए?
I want human interaction
No.
at every point.
Have that with me on the table, not with a random telling that.
I get it, but that's why we are two different people. And I
would
think
never spend 4 hours, no, 6 hours at night. 6
Yeah,
p.m. is
yeah.
when I get in bed.
But that's what I mean. You would do other things and get up at 4 a.m., right?
Oh, yes.
So I think that's what I mean. Like, we have things that are different, but also what our kind of needs are, personal things for us. And yeah, like for me, that was a silver lining. You know, if you tell me about the run, I was like, that would be my nightmare at some point. So it is. It is. We are different people, and we have to accept that. Got that? Yeah, no, it was my silver lining, because I was like, I'm lucky and grateful to be part of a space where there are people that I want to hang out with, and who are happy to see me, and I'm happy to and just discuss things that I'm very passionate about.
Great silver lining.
You can hear the sarcastic answer.
Which is such a pet peeve for her, and hers is pet peeve for me.
Anyway, so
sliding right into our today's topic.
Yes.
Pet peeves.
Yeah. Pet peeves.
Yes, let's take in turns. What are your pet peeves?
I'll start with something small.
Okay. Yes, they have to be petty. They have to be so petty.
Yes. I mean,
'Cause they are
maybe
always
it's
petty,
petty,
though.
but maybe it's not. But
Yeah.
I personally
Hmm.
don't like eating juta of people.
Yeah.
Like, I like sharing food. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But I don't like, because I know some people can like eat from other people's plates and stuff. I've realized that.
Yeah.
I can't. It's
that's a
not
good
my
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. A lot of people do it.
No.
And it's no, like, I can share a plate.
Yeah,
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
fine. But if I have to take things like, and that's as a kid, as a parent of children, right?
Yeah.
Where they may leave stuff.
Can you eat this?
No, I wouldn't eat it. Like, I will eat it, but it's not my favorite thing. I would rather leave it and not eat it. It's just I don't enjoy it. So yeah, so that's my
Very
one
good.
of my things.
Do you know they say that if you eat somebody's juta, you are sharing their energy. So it's like a good energy preservation.
Yeah. So I'll just maybe
कितना है?
yes.
लोगों के साथ 6 घंटे बैठ के बात कर सकते हैं, जूठा नहीं खाती.
Yeah, so that's my I just don't enjoy it. So I would avoid it.
Fair enough. My pet peeve is people who are not punctual.
I'm number one unpunctual person.
No, but that depends though. That depends.
Yeah.
If it is like, if you tell me that, oh, around this time, then that means it's vague. That's totally fine. But if you tell that, and it's not going at each other's houses, I think that's a lot different to meeting somebody in an external environment. If you say that you're going to be there 6 o'clock and you are not there, which is fine, sometimes life gets in the way, text, let them know. And if somebody doesn't do the simple like courtesy, I find it so disrespectful. First of all, why could you not manage your time properly to be on time? But if it is, I don't think I can allow it more than 10 to 15 minutes, more than that. Excuse me when I've been late.
Yes.
But I personally cannot do it. In professional setting, there is no way I can entertain anyone being late. I just don't know why. I cannot. It just does something inside me, and it's just like puts me off the person.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have that, but
No,
that's
I
good
think
to
it's also my upbringing. Like, I remember anytime we had to travel, and from Chandigarh to our gaon, it was like 4 to 5 hour way, and we would travel quite frequently. And my dad was someone who would like to travel, or not just dad, everybody in our family liked to travel in the morning because of less traffic and such.
Yeah.
So we were given one time that 4 o'clock we're leaving home, Nobody was there to wake you up. Nobody was there to get you ready. 4 o'clock, everybody gets ready individually and we meet at the central point. If you're not ready, okay, bye, Tata, you're just not going.
Oh my God, that is scary. I would always be left behind in that scenario. Because I would never wake up.
Well, you were never left behind. Oh, because nobody was actually late.
They were scared of, oh my God,
Scared. It was just like a discipline in us instilled that you are just on time. And if you're not, and I remember sometimes, like, if my dad had to drop me to the airport and he would say, like, from Chandigarh to Delhi, this many hours, so we're leaving at 11 o'clock, right? And if he was ready at 10:30 and he'll be like, we're ready, might as well. I was like, no, 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 no. 11 बजे 11 बजे से पहले नहीं जाना. So I was pretty like very set on that.
Yeah, that's it's a good thing. Perfect for Australia as well. I think India you would not survive. Pet peeve for me. I think my next one is when people read messages on WhatsApp and they don't respond. I am okay with you not reading it. But if you read it, because I personally do, I am a lot of people say I'm a fast responder.
Yes, me too.
And I not just email, like not just WhatsApp, everything. I don't wait. I generally respond and that's it.
Yeah.
Emails, everything. Like I don't keep things.
Yes.
So I personally don't like it when people read messages, even if it's saying, "Hey, I'm not ready" or whatever. Even if it's kind of not an answer, like if I like, hey, do you want to go? No, I don't know. I'll get back to you. Even if it's that,
Acknowledgement of it.
that's it.
मतलब blue tick हुआ और response
Yeah,
नहीं आया.
like if you haven't responded, I personally don't like it.
No,
but
I'll
deal with it. But I'm not a big fan of it.
Can I dig into it? Is it more or so because we have such busy lives that when we are messaging anyone, that is important kind of a message. It's not like just sending a meme that wanting respond.
Yeah.
Especially on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is used for the important communication. So we are so busy when we are saying something to somebody and they've seen it, we expect a response.
No, I think it's one of those things that it's simple as, I mean, honestly, if you go back, we used to message people and not get responses for long, right?
Is it the same thing how people will
honestly,
email?
Validation.
Yes. No, I hate people when you send them an email and they reply back, okay, thanks. Like it's an instruction. It's a direction.
I don't need you to respond to me.
Yeah, just do this job.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing?
I mean, I wouldn't want people to respond to me
same.
instructions.
Same.
But I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an inner validation thing, I would say. Or maybe it's the importance of your... I don't know. If I'm going to go deep into it, maybe that's what it is. Like, why can't you just respond? But I'm not saying I have done it. There have been many times where I have looked at it and I've forgotten about it.
हाँ तो मेरे Instagram पे मेरे memes का जवाब नहीं देती है.
Yeah, it's not about memes. I'm talking about messages.
But memes is my way of pebbling.
Well,
like
it was my pet peeve, but let's go back. But no, I don't need response for memes, everyone, but it's more like messages, or something I've asked you. And if you haven't responded to me, if you have looked at it, I'm like, come on, just tell me yes, no, okay, bye. Can't do it.
I do the same. I think I have a problem that I respond too quickly without forming or articulating it quite well. And then I have to go back and be like, I'm so sorry, I was busy and I sent a message which seems like a bit choppy, but this is exactly what I meant. Yeah. And I've learned it not to open the message until I'm ready to dedicate a minute of that time.
So same. I've learned that too as well. But I think it's a society problem where we just get used to this instant response, where honestly I don't want people to have that in my life and I don't want to be the instant responder, but I'm just on my peeves and that's something that does impact me at the moment.
Yes.
Anyways, next Attar.
My pet peeve is actually our presents, gifts.
Yeah.
I don't want a gift. I do not like it. I feel like it is a bit of a pressure that it is imposed on you when somebody gives you something. I come from a family where we do not exchange gifts. We do not exchange gifts for Diwali or birthdays. Nothing. Like our birthday present is wishing each other happy birthday, which is even that is such a rare occasion. Yeah. So I get very awkward, very uncomfortable when somebody gives me any present. Like if I want something, I will go and buy it. And I don't believe in having too much of something. I don't know how to place it. I'm not a home goddess. I don't know. Or if it is a piece of clothing, that may not be my style. Uske baad kya kare banda? So I feel like gifts, I do not want gifts. I do not want flowers either. I'll go and buy myself flowers because, yes, it's nice to have flowers, but it's just so much to keep them alive with. It's just comes, every gift comes with a responsibility, and I don't want that. So I really genuinely mean it when I say to someone, please do not give me anything.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
Yeah.
Forget that it's even any occasion. Yeah. I cannot even tell you how passionate I am about this.
Yeah.
I'm just, no.
No, good to know that.
No gifts, please. Kabhi koi gift mat.
I have a story about this. So it was Attar's. This was around COVID, right? And
I loved that window. Okay,
anyways. So this is around COVID. You know, it was pretty full on in Melbourne, and it was one of those birthdays where she was going to spend it alone in a way. She didn't, but it was her 30th birthday, and
30
something, and
30,
me and a few
30,
friends had this brilliant idea to send her. She likes sunflowers, everyone. If you want ever to send flowers to her, but we sent her 30 something sunflowers, right? Didn't realize how big they can be, and then we surprised her in the evening, few of us. And when I got to her house, I was like, "Oh my god, what did we do?" She's like, "Never again send me flowers like this." And it was so funny because I realized it was a lot of work, like, and there were so many around her house.
Like, it was beautiful though. I think that was an exception because sunflowers are something that anytime I see sunflowers, they make me happy instantly. Sunflowers and the smell of passion fruit.
Yeah.
These two things can instantly make me happy. So it was beautiful having your birthday on your own, and it was a beautiful thing to be surrounded.
Yeah.
But birthday चला गया.
And then
उसके बाद तो उनके साथ रहना वो हर जगह वो like they were like trending and उनका जो oh my god I was like I love the gesture guys but never ever fucking again.
So that was our learning. But yeah, so that's the story. Now, pet peeve. I've got to say, I can't really think of any right.
नहीं ऐसी हूँ जिसके पास इतने pet
No, I think mine's more what I can think of, and it's not a peeve, but it's just something recently I've realized.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my Indian coming out. But I'm actually not enjoying planning too much. Like, I don't want to plan meetings and seeing people. I do want to go with the flow. And I'm actually not enjoying the idea of having too much. Like, oh, let's plan this on the weekend because it's the weekend. I'm I just, if I want to meet you, I want to meet you today or tomorrow, whatever, and just do it. Like, let's not
Let's not overplan it.
Yes, because I find like we're living in this world where it's so much. Of course, trips is a different thing. But then it's some echoing what you've said many years, about going with the flow. But yeah, I am, because I'm finding it so difficult to go with the flow because of the lives we live. I'm almost like, I don't want to be planning. I don't want to plan in advance. I just want to live now. If I want to catch up with you, I want to see you. I just want to do it today and have chai with you now. And that's it. And that's more important to me than planning on the Friday night because that's what it is.
Doesn't mean like you don't like planning for the smaller things, immediate things, but
and that's outline outline's fine, but it's also almost like, yes, I look forward to seeing you over the weekend for this.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to stop me from seeing people or talk to people today. Because I feel like sometimes that happens where we're like, oh, let's plan the weekend and we see you on the weekend. But we don't really see each other. Or that never happens for whatever reason because someone backs up or you don't feel like it by that moment. But yeah, so I almost like trying to live in the moment with people. Because like it's annoying me that I have to do it at some point, and I don't. Yeah, it's something new, right? I've lived by it all my life. Maybe it's my travel, and that's what's made me. Maybe it's also I feel like that's influenced by India, where I've realized everything is so last minute, but everyone makes it, and it's almost like, how do you do this? Like like for example, we do a Diwali thing, right? Our Diwali thing is months in advance. We plan it, whereas people are like, हाँ ठीक है दिवाली है. एक हफ्ते पहले भेज देंगे लोग and people make it. I'm like, how? But people do. Because in the end, if you are connected, whatever, you make it happen. Just a different thinking. But I am struggling with that.
Yeah. See, I do that with my problems.
Yeah.
If I have anything that stresses me out, I leave it. I just leave it. I drop it like hot plate. I'm just like, no, I'm not dealing with it right now. I will go to sleep. I'll think about it tomorrow. And 99% of the times, that problem goes away in the morning because it involves people, even your thinking, you change your mind, things change. So that problem either goes away or you find a solution. But in that moment, I'm like, I'm not thinking about it. So I do that with problems. But yeah, I like spontaneity. But otherwise, outline to thoda to zindagi mein chahiye.
Maybe not. Okay, Attar, should we do our last one and then you do the last one?
Okay, I'll do that.
And then I actually want to swap it with something.
Okay.
Cool.
So my last one is that someone telling me that, oh, you look tired or you look sick. मतलब अगर बंदा हो भी ना तो उसके बाद फील आने लग जाती है या फिर अगर नॉर्मल बात कर रहा है कोई या थोड़ा सा पैशनेटली बात करे और बोले कि इट्स ओके काम डाउन डोंट स्ट्रेस मतलब ये क्या बात है that triggers me. That just really triggers me when someone says those phrases. I'm like, ना मत कहो अगर मैं थकी हूँ बीमार हूँ I'll volunteer that information but don't tell me that I look sick. मत बताओ तुम.
Especially if you're not.
Or especially if you're not and then you start to think that oh, do I look sick? It's not about the appearance of like, oh, maybe I don't look good today or presentable today, but still, like, it puts a bit of a grain in your head that oh, like you stop feeling your best, even if you are feeling your best, but somebody telling you can really damper you. And the same thing with like, oh, don't stress. मतलब क्या तुम्हें क्या पता मैं स्ट्रेस ले रही हूँ चीख रही हूँ मैं चिल्ला रही हूँ तो पैशनेटली बात कर रहे हैं हो गया या फिर or if you say strongly that no this doesn't sit well with me and then someone saying like oh calm down ये क्या बकवास है
I mean
that's gaslighting.
That's like actually now that I think about it, it's another one of my pet peeves is someone saying, oh, don't bring your when you're talking something passionately and someone's like, oh, don't bring a feminist view, something about being feminist. And it just, I'm like, what? Like, I'm just talking passionate about it, something I feel. What do you mean, don't bring your feminism or feminist at thoughts here? And you're like, excuse me? Like, but I don't know if it's a peeve or if it's just certain people. Yeah, I agree. And I think another one, sorry, I just want to say, because it just made me think is, and it's not something we do as much in the society, but actually with the parents, I feel like this thing about telling people they're too thin, too fat. Not just that, but also almost saying when people lose weight, when we tell them how amazing they look, but we don't say that otherwise. Just because I've seen the impact of that in my own work a lot, and it's actually something that is a pet peeve of mine now.
I think it's changing though.
Because but it's almost like we tell people they look good when they've lost weight.
But losing weight doesn't always guarantee good looks though.
No, it doesn't. But we do associate that in the society a lot with. And you've gone through a lot of different bodies or whatever yourself. Same for me, right? But think of the times when you've been, people tell you how you look are more positive when you've lost weight than you haven't.
I've actually had the other way effect. Like when I lose weight, then people tell me like, oh man, you look sick.
Okay, depends on who it is.
No, that's the consistent one that I've had. 90% of the times I've had that feedback, but then I have to brush it off saying that actually I don't care if I look good or bad. It's about like what I'm trying to achieve at the moment.
But I feel like there is a whole thing about losing weight, on weight.
Mm.
But there is this whole comment about body size and just a comment about it, and I just can't. I don't personally
deal with it.
I can't. But yeah, that's just me and my pet peeves. Now, before we finish, I want you to tell me one thing that you actually enjoy or love. The opposite of pet peeve, whatever that's called. And same for me.
Yeah.
One thing.
One thing, I love having spontaneous get together with like the low maintenance with friends. Like be it in a house or going out without any occasion. Just milna, baitna, baat karna. I just love it so much. Like the other day, a friend of mine, she just called me and she was like, are you home? And I said, yeah, I am home. And she's like, I'm going to do this. Come for the drive. We went for a drive. We chatted. She came home with her kids and we were just like sitting having coffee. That impromptu something like that, when that happens, it just, I feel like nourishes my soul like anything. That spontaneous catch-ups, Just love it. And it has to be low key.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like the
big
spread
thing.
on the table
Yeah.
or the anticipation of anything.
Yeah.
Just that spontaneity of just catching up.
Mm.
I feel like that gives me such a beautiful, like the connection feel with the people that I love.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that was one of what I was thinking as well, is that spontaneous, someone comes over, have chai, just talk, that in itself is really amazing, and it could be anyone. It doesn't have, it could be people that you connect with but you haven't seen, and then randomly you have that. The other thing I love is actually exchanging clothes with my friends.
Yeah.
It's like, like I come to your house.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, if I need new clothes, instead of buying it, I actually ask around.
Yeah.
And same for my friends. Like we do this whole thing where we give our clothes, or you give you, and I love that because I think that it just helps me in a way, like not buy but also wear new clothes. And I really enjoy doing that and putting it out there for everything. Now I've tried doing it for every occasion. If I need a new event, whatever, I'm like, hey everyone, this is what I need, do you have anything? Can I borrow it? And there's so much out there, and it really, I love it.
ये connection na is so much better than having to order food to the waiter.
No, I like
There's
that
a
too.
connection.
I just like talking to people, and I think that's fine, as you may all
Talking to
agree.
people and telling them like, oh yeah, I want like a corn knob.
I may talk to them and ask them how their day was, what
नहीं
they're
वो
doing.
मत पूछना कभी भी मत पूछना. And I can guarantee you, anyone in the hospitality, they do not want to be asked that
Really,
question.
that could be the question that
नहीं
makes
जो
the difference.
नहीं, please.
Well, I have a lot of stories about that, Attar.
They are just trying to like pacify you
they're
that, oh
not.
my god, you're such a
They're
good
not.
customer, keep coming back. No.
It's like that person who tells you, I mean, maybe that's you, Attar, and I disagree with you in that point, because I know a lot of people whose days are made, and they could be in retail or whatever, by talking to people, because they may be struggling with
नहीं
that.
उनसे conversation मत कर, उनको एक कोई liner बोल दे, that's different. हाल चाल तो बिल्कुल भी मत कर.
Okay, don't ask
What
them
are they
how
going
the
to
day was,
say?
or just talking.
Like it's shit, I'm working.
Yeah,
How
but
much worse can it
rather
get?
than doing QR code ordering, at least I get the opportunity to have those one liners.
No, QR code is just them preserving their energy and just prepping
It's
the
not
food and
them.
bringing
It's
it.
the management preserving their energy, letting not have enough staff and doing that. That's the reality. It's not people, employees don't make such
That's
decisions.
fine. That's fine.
But anyways, that's mine. Attar's next argument for the next 5 seconds. But that's our episode for today. Thank you for listening to us, and please share your pet peeves with us, or what is something you love, love doing. And would love to hear from you. Yes, thank you so much for listening to us, and keep following us on YouTube and Instagram on Two Best Friends. And thank you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.